You are in my way!
Kratos, no!
Begone!
Y'all gotta do better. Alright.
Kratos!
Alright, so if you don't know, just recently PlayStation did their State of Play, in which the new iteration or the new sequel to the God of War franchise was released. And it wasn't necessarily what people expected it to be. Like, some people thought that the next God of War was going to take place in Egypt or like another pantheon. That would be hella dope. But no, we didn't get that. Other people thought that it was going to be about Atreus, right? Because we all want to see what Atreus ends up becoming, or if he ends up living up to the name that he originally was given. For those that know, they know. But no, we didn't even get that. Instead, we got a God of War game that is focused primarily on the second wife of Kratos, who goes by the name of Faye. Now, if you haven't played the God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok, Faye was pretty much hinted. Like, she was a character that everybody spoke about. Everybody loved and adored her, and you will see like glimpses of her in certain segments of the God of War games. And that was just that. It was just left up the mystery. But now she has a game, a full-fledged game title of her own. And to me personally, I think it's hella dope. Like, looking at the gameplay was nice. It was brutal. It was still God of War, but it did not deal with Kratos, at least not directly, because you end up seeing Kratos like throughout the gameplay video. He is there, he is present, he's very, very important. This is still God of War. Excuse me. This is still God of War, but it's just now focused on another chapter within the story. Now, within seeing that, I was impressed. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I thought it was a little bit kind of weird seeing as though like you see Faye and like, you know, she's still being brutal. This is God of War. She's still being brutal, hitting, punching, like doing these aerodynamic tricks and like just utilizing weapons to like their full potential. Like, that was awesome. But I found it kind of weird because in the middle of all this seriousness, there was still some goofiness that was still like tied into it. Like, for instance, there's this cube called Frank, like this little jello cube that just follows like Faye wherever she goes and helps her out in battle. Like, that was kind of like kind of weird, but made up for it. The sword, dope. And when like the sword has like 3 sashes, kind of like a Cerberus, if you will. It has like 3 sashes on like on the end that she utilizes as a whip. So to me, I'm like, yeah, it's God of War. You gotta have some whipping action in there somehow. But that wasn't what caught my attention, to be honest with you, because the responses of the fans and somewhat of a backlash, man, it was just straight up hilarious. A lot of people were not happy about this at all. They thought that this would rather be a DLC rather than like a full-on story, but Look, man, people was going in. People was calling this the god of woke. They was calling her like the god of laundry. Said that her cube should be like a like a laundry machine or whatever. Like, it was hella crazy. Like, some other I remember seeing like comments saying welcome back Heavenly Sword. And for people that don't know, Heavenly Sword is kind of like God of War, but you play with the lady in like two swords. Like, I think it came out like on a PlayStation 3. Like, it was funny. It was hella funny. I mean, it was sad to the degree in which how can I say this? All right, it was sad to the degree in which sexism is still like a thing. People think that if a main character is a female or is a woman, it's automatically DEI or something like that, and that could not be further from the truth. Me personally, I'm the type of guy that's like, yo, does the game play good? Is the game good? It could be male or female. Like, just because it's female, it doesn't mean that the game is going to be horrible, or if it's DEI. If that was the case, that was like two main indie games that came out like not too long ago, in which the original game protagonist was a male, but then the sequel was a female. You have Hollow Knight, and then the sequel, Hollow Knight Silksong. And the first one you played as like, you know, this warrior running around. Then the second one in Silksong, you play with like, I guess you can assume is the female because of the dress, I guess. But then you also have what else? You have Hades. The original Hades, you play as Zagreus, and he was a male. Then the sequel, you played as like his little sister. Like, does that make the game horrible? No. Like, is the gameplay good? Yes, it is still good. Does it mean that you should not play it because like the protagonist is a female? Like, nah. To me, utterly, like, that's just ridiculous, okay? Like, that's just utterly ridiculous. Now, to be fair, I can honestly see how some people can be angry about this, and it's probably out of fear, because a lot of games that's like where there's like a female protagonist like involved, supposed to be like, you know, the girl boss and everything of that nature. A lot of experiences that people have had where they had to like deal with this, not much say deal with this, but they had to accept to a certain degree. It hasn't necessarily been the best. A good example of this is Forspoken. Like, when I was watching this trailer, I was seeing her, like, I was seeing Faye like using magic with her hand and everything else. I don't know, it just brought back like Forspoken. And Forspoken, it looks nice, but is it a fun game? Well, that's up for debate, to say the least. But I can understand where they're coming from, because this is a God of War game in which the God of War is not the central focus, and he has been, the God of War, or Kratos, has been the central focus for like decade and a half now. So it's like the feature a game in which that isn't the center focus. Yeah, that could pose a couple of questions. But then again, I mean, we also got franchises in which the name of the franchise is not even included within that general DNA of the game. Case in point, Assassin's Creed. Me as an optimist, I'm willing to give this game the benefit of the doubt. I hope that it's good. I hope that it's well received, and only time will tell, but I'll give it a shot. I can't front. Some of the comments was just like hilarious, man. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Like, when this game comes out, am I going to buy it day one? Hell yeah, I'm going to buy it day one. Because there's like a whole lot of things within the God of War mythos that I'm still kind of curious about. Like, for instance, how did Kratos go from the Greek mythology into the Norse mythology? Like, I don't think that was still hinted upon. I don't think that was like, you know, capitalized. I don't think many people know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. So I would hope that this game would kind of like fill in the blanks when it comes to that. But then also just Faye as a character. many people came into the God of War franchise in like what in 2018. Many people came into the franchise with that game, playing that game first. But for the OGs, if you came in with the original God of War, you know that Kratos was like, he was nothing to be messed with. This dude, he wasn't even a human. He was like a force of nature. Nothing but anger, like. He would go ballistic. I mean, just straight up ballistic. Like, this is the same guy whose first wife and child, it was just one night, he was just mad. He just bust in the door and then just let loose, like blaze of chaos flying left and right, not even knowing what he did. Now, you take that same person with all that anger and aggression and you put it into like 2018's God of War. When Faye was mentioned, I automatically knew. When I found out that was Kratos' like second wife, I already knew that this lady right here, this lady played a heavy part in, I guess you could say, Kratos' rehabilitation and anger management. It takes a strong woman in order for Kratos to kind of like change his ways, to kind of mellow out. It don't take no weak woman whatsoever. It takes a strong woman. And seeing this gameplay right here, it lets me know that, Faye, she was the person for the job. She was befitting for the job in order to, like, I guess you could say, handle Kratos, like his anger management and everything else. Because I mean, at least if Kratos decides to bust in the door and let the blades of chaos flying, at least with Faye, she can like dodge it and probably beat him into submission and be like, hey, look, man, what are you doing, man? Like, just take a chill pill, relax, man. Like, Faye, from seeing this trailer, she was the person that could do that. Because the whole time when I was watching, I was like, yo, Kratos, I see why. Yeah, she was for you. Probably no other female character can help Kratos, much less like have Kratos' son. Like, yo, Faye is a phenomenal character, a phenomenal woman, just because of us seeing like her impact on the characters within the God of War, like within this new God of War trilogy within the Norse mythology. Like, this game is I'm getting it. But for everybody else that's like, yo, man, she's a woman, man, this is gonna be horrible, man, it's like, nah, man, like, this is a continuation of the God of War. It's like, at least now we can see what all the other characters was talking about. We can see for ourselves firsthand how she is, her mentality, the way she moves, the way she thinks, her morals, her strong will. We would be able to see that, and I'm up for it. And Santa Monica Studios, y'all are like busy as hell, because not too long ago y'all just dropped like a 2D Metroidvania God of War game, and y'all talking about remaking the trilogy, the first 3 God of War games. Man, y'all busy, and y'all coming out with this one. Yeah, man, big ups to y'all, because man, y'all putting in that overtime. Y'all definitely putting in that overtime. But yeah, man, I'm happy for it. And comment below what you think. And until next time, peace.